Now we're going to sew the side pockets in the trousers. You've got 4 of these, and then if you notice, this is my front piece, and you've got a little cutout piece here. If you notice, I've got pins in my fabric. What I do before I take the pattern off is I'll put a pin in the right side of the fabric so that I don't end up sewing the same piece twice exactly the same, so I won't end up with 2 left sides or 2 right sides, and that will help you to make sure that doesn't happen. So take one of your pockets and place that. It doesn't have any notches, so you can't match anything up on this pattern, but if you see, I've got equal distance between the edge of the pocket there and there. So if you place that over the top, so I've now got right sides together, so my pins are there, right sides together, and actually I'm going to be sewing from the other side, so I'm going to turn that over. So just pop a pin in there, a pin in at the bottom, and one in here, and then come across to the sewing machine. What we're going to do is sew a line of sewing 1 centimetre in, so 1 centimetre in from there, across here, down here and across there. A little tip actually when you're sewing is not to start with your fabric right where your needle is, just start a little bit further in. It stops it all getting all caught up at the beginning. So, centimetre in. If you want to mark this with a disappearing marker, even if you just mark the corners so you've got something to aim towards, because at this point you've got a cutout piece here, so you want your centimetre to be from that piece and not from the edge of your fabric. I'm just using the edge of my foot because I've got an extra wide foot on this machine and I know that's the right size. Perfect. Let's take that pin out and then just do a back stitch at the beginning and the end of that one. Okay, and come back over to the ironing board. And once you've done that, you can actually take the pins out, so you know you've got the right size of your fabric together. So I'll give that a press, just a little press, and then if you cut a diagonal right into that corner and another one into that corner, and the next thing I do is I'm going to overlock along that edge. If you haven't got an overlocker, cut that piece off like that and just do a zigzag stitch just to finish off that edge. So I'll pretend I've just done that piece and then turn it back that way and press that flat, that seam, and then turn it back that way and have your seam right on the edge and press it flat like that. Now the end of those seams, if you pull that back, just take that seam allowance there out so you create an L shape. So all those seam allowances, all that stitching, that seam is right on the edge like that. If it's too puckered at the corners like this and you can't iron that out, come back through again and just snip it a little bit further into the corner. Use a tiny pair of scissors if you need to. But usually you can iron those bits out. This then becomes the entrance to the pocket. And then do the same with the bottom part. Like so. That's what you end up with, that shape. So I've got one here that I've just done. What you then do just to secure that edge. Let's do a line of top stitching a couple of millimetres away from the edge of that seam, and that will secure that edge. Turn this over. So you've got your pocket bag on the inside of your fabric like this. Take another one of your pocket bags, place that over so you've got right sides together, and sew that all the way around this edge, all the way to there, and then overlock it, or if you haven't got an overlocker, zigzag it. If you're doing this for not for scrubs purposes, but you're making yourself a pair of trousers, it's rather nice actually to finish this off with a piece of bias tape around the edge, especially a nice pretty piece. Just looks nice. Okay, so I don't really need to show you that bit because I'll just show you with the pins where I would sew that. But you're sewing all the way around with a straight stitch, 1 centimetre seam allowance, so that's what this pattern has, right to the very edge. So you would pick up that piece, don't sew it to the front of the trousers, you are just sewing around the edge of the pocket. So keep the front of the trousers free, all the way around there, all the way around to the end, to there. And that's your side pockets done.